Welcome to TradeTheNBI.com. This is Jonas Reports for the 31st of December. We're ending the year kind of on a soft week note here. From an S&P standpoint, but you're close to the highs, so all good. But your NBI white leading with magenta below yellow. That's weakness. Haven't quite dipped below the red line on the extreme, but shakeout's still moving lower, and that's pretty strong DOC. So we'll look for see if orange will move down in between cyan and red, which would be a continuation of this. 76 is not likely to hold for the S&P, but I think broadly we will see it first through the NASDAQ, which is weaker. It's already broken through the 61%. It never even made it up above where the S&P was. And, that's just part and parcel of, where things are at this particular stage. We have a dip below the red line on the daily. This is the uncertainty of where we're at. We've had the elevation of the expectation of all the investment and stuff that's going to come through, the AI boom, all those things are built in to the coming years. So they've got to perform. And that becomes the bigger question. Will they perform? Jury's still out on that one, but all the things are set for positive, and now you've seen the beginnings of the political campaign. For those that haven't been paying attention, the whole fraud thing on Somalia. This is an extension of the Doge. They knew where all the bodies were in that, but how do you get the political payout out of it? Because everyone was like, "Oh, you're just trying to cancel programs, blah 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 blah." Well, now here's how you do it: you show the fraud, you show the politicians linked to the fraud, and you're going to see a lot of this going on over the next months because it's all about the midterms, and this is how the narrative is going to be set. So that's what you'll be watching for. We'll see if the Fed wakes up at any point. Powell's days are numbered. Will it be sooner or later? That's the question. Other Fed governors are, starting to realize how badly they screwed up and they missed the whole tariff inflation thing, and they got to revisit their model. It doesn't work. It hasn't for quite some time, and they've just been plain wrong. And at some point, when you're wrong enough, you got to do something different, and they haven't. From an oil standpoint, it's a big problem. This is the war. This is the whole issue where Trump is trying to solve that because he knows that energy independence only comes when you have the global partners, particularly Russia in this case, freely providing their oil, everyone competing at the lowest price. The sanctions in that are an opportunity for gouging, and that's exactly what you're seeing. And, this is the whole point to bring up the corruption in Ukraine, too, because you have to discredit the whole thing. The Europeans still sold on the war, and they really want to spend that because their economy is a disaster zone with their DEI woke programs and stuff like that. They've got zero efficiency, and frankly, they're just not even competitive to the U.S. at this particular stage. The fact that euro is where it is just a reflection of how excessive the U.S. spending is. Will they be able to get it under control if you start to expose this fraud in a significant manner? It will add up to quite a bit of money, and the question is, will they be able to stop it? So far, no, because the judges, even now, they were trying to end certain protection ones, and the judges are like, no, you still have to spend the money. We're not letting you stop just because, there's something going on. That's a problem. It makes it difficult to get anything done. From a commodity standpoint, okay, there was a little bit of pullback in gold in that. We don't have any surprise on that. It's all positive extremes. So you filled back all of them, going all the way back, all the way over here. Get over there, right there. So, boom. We filled it in. It's all good. No issues. It's not a surprise. I mean, we had already seen this on the S&P with where we expected retraces to go. From a Bitcoin standpoint, that's still no joy from the crypto world at this particular stage. They're just caught in a limbo at this particular point, not doing anything. Actually, we need to do 50K. We have that, right here. So this is what I had mentioned earlier in the week. Positive extreme, all the way from back here. Filled it, nice, clean, boom. And it's continuation, the last one being right over here from the 22nd. So we're heading right back for that one. And that's where you would expect things to go, which would be below zero. Given what we're reading from there, you'd expect the zero already. But that was a quickie. We've been having issues with TradeStation. So broadly, though, that's the long and the short of the situation. As always, though, anything relevant, I will let you know. New indicators will be coming out for the new year, so look for that. As always, anything relevant, I'll put it on our team chat. Have a good one. Trade well.